Hello and welcome. If you are here watching on my side of the platform, on my social media platform, welcome. And I want to introduce you to my very new but awesome friend, Beverly. And if you are on Beverly's side, I am Christina. And today, for you, we came together to bring more joy into your space and bring more soulgasms into your life. And yes, you'll know what that means. And there's nothing to be scared of. Come and sit down and make yourself comfortable. We're going to chat with you. And you're going to get some beautiful gems that you can apply straight away into your house, into your space, into your life, and into your heart. That's the most important thing. So awesome to be here with you, Beverly.
Wonderful to be here with you too, Christina. This is quite a treat to already have this level of connection after really, honestly, we just met yesterday.
Mhm.
And for real, I mean, I saw your name on some of the lists, but this is a wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. So I personally am fascinated about your area of expertise, and one of them, because you have many, is feng shui.
Yes.
Now I'm streaming live from my bedroom. Where do we want to go with feng shui? Do we want to go in the bedroom, or do we want to go into the area of work?
Well, I think right now, I'd like to stay focused on the area of work, although I really, because it takes place in a lot of different places these days, a lot of times the bedroom is the area of work. And rather than calling it the area of work necessarily,
Mhm.
I'm kind of reframing it as the area for focused communication. Not everything that happens on streaming when you're on Zoom or on FaceTime or anything like that is necessarily work related. It is all about the communication. While I would really prefer people not have their workspace be in their bedroom, sometimes that's the only place to go. And that's when it's really, really critical that people um, create ritual around working, ceremony, even if necessary. I've had some clients where they've actually had to hang curtains from the ceiling to separate the workspace from their bed space. Because, who wants to wake up first thing in the morning and have your laptop staring at you going, you have so much more work to do. Why didn't you get it done? I mean, it's like that's the nagging boss. You don't need that. You've already got enough of that in your world. There's enough stress. So you need to have your bedroom be as calm and serene and quiet as possible. Um, but anyway, there's a couple of tips that I always encourage for people to use when they are setting up a home office. The first thing is to make sure that you're not sitting right in the line of the doorway. Doors, they kind of act as fire hoses of energy. So it is like they call that the mouth of chi. And if you're sitting in front of a door, even if you keep that door closed all the time, it has the long-term effect of feeling like you're sitting in front of a fire hose. Yeah, you can certainly, handle that for a little bit, but it's going to make you feel real tired real fast. And that can actually have long-term implications on a person's health. In fact, I had one client who had set her office up, just kind of rearranged because she thought, oh, I want to see everybody as they're walking down the hall. She was a counselor. She didn't stay in her office very long, but she'd had some eye issues and had to have some eye surgery. When she started sitting in her chair longer periods of time right there in the doorway, she started having serious eye pain again. And so we flipped everything around, and immediately the eye pain went away because she wasn't getting that blast of energy all the time.
So when you're saying, is it in the line? So it would be here for me?
Correct.
Okay, not
So,
there or there too.
so if you were, so
The line.
if you're, so if, well, actually it's both. If
Okay.
you're sitting up and, you know, and it's coming
Yeah.
at you this way or coming at this way, or even coming that way,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that
Either
gets
line.
exhausting either way. Or this way, you know, let's go and do it
Absolutely.
all. So the next thing is to have, you see I have their solid wall behind my back. That
Mm-hmm.
gives you the support that you need, so that it gives you the support, but also gives you the feeling of safety that nobody's going to be sneaking up behind you. And you know, a lot of times, at least here in the US, home builders think they're being really clever and building in these little workspaces into these little you know, this little nooks, and you cannot help but have your back exposed. That's why people, when people work in cubicles, it's part of the reason why some of these open plan workspaces become big challenges, because there's no other way, that you always got your back exposed. And you know that,
Wow. That's
yeah.
such a point.
When it's
Wow.
and it's why a lot of times these you know, first of all, open concept workspaces, they're trendy. They're, yeah, okay, everybody can collaborate. Well, the problem is people need the ability to focus. And so there's a new trend that people, and especially in the, I mean, prior to COVID, when people were still going into the office, you weren't all, you know, the productivity, they noticed that productivity was going down, and people were actually collaborating less because they were constantly bombarded. So they'd put on their headphones and they'd put themselves into self-imposed silos. Uh, and you know, that can be, that's going to be a long-term problem. So one of the things I've been noticing, you know, with the clients that I've been working with during COVID, and you've got everybody in the home all the
Mhm.
time, you know, working, doing school, you know, attending
Mhm.
you know, gatherings and things. That's where everybody will need to carve out their own little space. And so
Mhm.
that's like that little concept of having the curtain hanging up, you know, or getting
Mhm.
those screens, just to
Yeah.
carve out a little tiny space of privacy for you, makes all the difference in the world. You know, sometimes I, before I got doors, I just recently got doors on my own office space. So I was like, yay! But sometimes even before that, I would actually go to my closet, because that would be where I could have quiet,
Yeah.
you know, feel more uninterrupted when I was doing some of my client work. It's not exactly the best background, so sometimes I wouldn't have my video on, but I felt protected. And if that means that you clear off just a little bit of the view,
Mhm.
you know, this the viewing space, because like, you know, my desk is not always this clean. This part of my desk is clean. This part over here, not so clean, but that's
Mhm.
okay, because you know, things are moving.
Yeah.
Which brings me to another
And
point: feng shui
mhm.
and joy. People constantly stress out, they freak out, like, oh my gosh, you're going to get mad at me because I've got piles of paperwork around. Okay, piles are not a problem.
Mhm.
Even clutter, you know, if you've got a lot of stuff around, that's not necessarily the problem. It's the stagnation of
Yeah.
the piles, of
Yeah.
the paperwork, of the boxes.
Mhm.
If you have things sitting on your desk that you literally have not gone through in 3 years, that's a problem. You've got some kind of an
Mhm.
emotion underneath it all that you just don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
Um,
I've heard that it's great to change, to move around 27 things a day, items a day.
you know, and maybe not necessarily 27 things, but you can move around at least something in for 27 consecutive days. Because that 27, you know, that's, you know, some people say 21, some people say 27. Um, it's the power of three, because
Mhm.
that is activates
Okay.
body, mind, and spirit.
Mhm.
It activates man luck, heaven luck, and earth luck. So
Beautiful.
in feng shui, um, Man luck is what your effort is. What are you specifically doing? Your personal, action steps.
Yeah.
Your earth luck is the feng shui. How, where are you sitting?
Mm.
What is going on around you? The
Mhm.
external environment. And heaven luck is, essentially your birth chart. Where were you
Mhm.
born? What time were you born? Where were the planets? What are the
Yeah.
energies that are in place at that time? So when I'm
Mhm.
working with clients, I like to look at all three of those things because that gives you the full, well-rounded experience and gives
That's
you
beautiful.
the most powerful transformation.
I love that. And now that we know the most important elements when we, even if we change our workspace because of kids, because of the hallway not being free, because of many elements, um, you still have some fixed items that you need. For example, your laptop, your phone, right? Your maybe your light that you need for streaming live, because we assume that you would be on video
Mhm.
sometime, if not most of the time. So to avoid frustration, I would add from my own experience, have these fixed items ready to take with you wherever your office is, wherever your desk is, because you don't want to not have light, because you'll be
Right.
very angry and frustrated, and you'll be like, I have to change all the time my space, and this is why this video is dark. If you have your light, it's better. You'll be more
Yeah.
happier wherever you are, even if you are in the bedroom. But it's very interesting about the door. It's very interesting, so I'll have to move because the
What?
door is here.
Okay, but again, if it so let me make sure that I kind of
Yeah.
clarify this a little bit. If you're having to sit in front of the door for certain videos, if like I've got
Yeah.
this, you got this 2-hour time block.
Yeah.
This is where I have to be to take this class or to have this call. It's not, you can be in line with the door.
Okay.
But if you're setting your desk up, like for me, this
All
desk
right.
doesn't move.
Okay.
If I were to set this desk up as a
Mm-hmm.
permanent fixture,
Mm-hmm.
I would not have it lining up with the doorway because that
Gotcha.
permanent fixture is giving you, constant, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting constantly
Mm-hmm.
slammed. And you're gonna find that you don't want to spend time at your desk. You're gonna be less productive, more prone to getting up and
Mm-hmm.
moving, just because it's like that itchy tag on the back of your
Mm-hmm.
shirt. It's like you're
Yeah.
constantly rearranging things, like, ugh, it doesn't just,
Yeah.
ugh. And that's one of the things that makes you feel, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing to pay attention to when you're sitting, or in your space for a longer period of time, is something that they call sha chi, knife edge. And so that's like, where the walls come together,
Yeah.
you get that sharp edge, right there
Oh,
at that
yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
And that also, after a while, can start to get irritating.
Mm.
And once you know that that's there, you can camouflage it. You can put like either a plant in front of it. Sometimes I'll hang like one of those round faceted crystals from the ceiling to
Mm.
kind of blunt the energy.
Mhm.
Sometimes you might just be able to shift your desk over a tiny bit
Mhm.
to avoid sitting right in front of that. So
So
that is
is that
one
a
of.
plant that you have in that space right in your back?
No, I have the plant there because it's pretty.
Okay. Okay.
But I do have, come looking over this direction, I have
Mm.
where the walls come together like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I actually shifted the way that my desk was arranged so that
Yeah.
I would be away from that corner. Again,
Gotcha.
but it's only when you can't do that, that's when you really want to focus
Yes.
on muting it somehow.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes. And it's very important to find to find your space that makes you happy, to have joy, like you were saying, not to copy the open office style, because wow, that just gave me shivers when you when I remembered I never worked in that open space, but I know so many of people do. And it's so obvious now that you're telling me, like it's you feel like somebody's, oh, at the back of your head,
Right.
supervising you all the time.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. It's like, I mean, we all have our own inner critics. We all have our
Mhm.
own just, mean girl inside of us telling us things that,
Yeah.
oh, you're not doing things enough, and this, you're not
Mhm.
working hard enough. But then when you feel like somebody else
Yeah.
is walking up behind you too, you kind of feel like, oh, they're getting ready to pile on.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's, yeah. So but let me tell you, if you cannot avoid that, there is a way of a kind of a workaround. Have like
Okay.
a rear view mirror. If it
Mm.
means that get like a little one
Yes.
of those mirrors, like, I like to
Yeah.
recommend those octagonal mirrors that you can find at some craft stores. Um, Sometimes you can actually find them, like, if it's again, if it's not your laptop, you can't, if it's your laptop, you're just going to have to figure out some kind of a reflective surface. But if it's, an actual physical monitor that is staying put, you can even get like in the automotive departments, those little extra mirrors that you can put on there, on the
Yeah.
yeah, on the side mirrors, so that you can
Yeah.
see more. Like if you're pulling a trailer,
Mhm.
you can put that up there. There are ways of working around it if you can't avoid it.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
I had
Yeah.
one client,
Yeah.
I saw that one client actually, they had to face a wall. That was just, there was no other way for them to make things function in the tiny house that they're all trying to cram in. And he just hung a mirror on the wall, so he's facing this mirror, he can see whoever's coming behind him. It's not, optimal, but it worked for them. That's what you have to do. This is not a normal time of, reality, and so you do what you got to do.
Absolutely. And please don't beat yourself down. Do
Exactly.
not judge yourself. Do not, you know, um, critique yourself too much, because you are supposed to enjoy this experience. Just take it
Right.
as a temporary enjoy,
It's an
enjoy
adventure.
experience. Yes, an
Yeah.
adventure. Like, how can it get better than this?
One of my teachers, she says that there's no intrinsic value in beating yourself up.
Yeah,
So just,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
relax, enjoy the adventure.
Absolutely. I twisted that expression, because I feel that beating yourself up is not what we're doing, is beating ourselves down. So this is why I'm saying down.
I I'm gonna. Do you mind if I'm gonna borrow that?
Please. I
Uh,
mean, I don't know what's the logic, who came up with this expression, but if we would beat ourselves up, we would be queens every day. Crowned queens, and praise ourselves. Yeah.
yes. All
Yeah.
hail, mighty Christina.
Yeah, so I'm fascinated by Feng Shui. I have one last question for you. Um, I teach women to create their own sacred space, and if that means a room or a part of the room, or maybe a corner, whatever it is, I call it, self-love sanctuary, aka an altar, something that, like, can have essential oils, aromas that you absolutely love, something that wakes up your senses, and you can go there to that space because it's there, and you can say an affirmation, or charge up your soul, your senses, your everything, and have on that altar your favorite items, maybe a mirror that you look at, maybe candles, essential oils, a cream that you want to, use to apply on your body, and just by
Mm.
touch connecting to your body. So, that soulgasmic space. Where would you uh, suggest that it would be the best um, part of your house to be installed, to be placed, to be displayed?
Definitely the southwest corner of your house.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to,
Because
so the southwest part of your home corresponds with the Bagua sector called the love and relationship sector. It
awesome.
also, it's an earth sector, so but it's all about that lusciousness, that
Mhm.
a lot of soft textures, that anything that like the blanket that you're snuggled up in right there, that is
Yeah.
perfect earth element. I mean, if I are the pillows, are those pillows, blankets, whatever, I want to snuggle up in that. That looks amazing. Um,
Yes, it is.
and so the Southwest sector, again, it's all about the relationships that you're building, like
Mhm.
intimate partnerships. From a business standpoint, it's your synergy partners. Who are you doing business with? But most importantly, it's the relationship that you have with yourself. It
Mhm.
also is the sector that uh, that focuses a lot, has a lot of resonance with the women of the house. And
Oh,
what is the energy that the intelligence of the divine feminine, the bringing in of the female, the yin aspect of things. So yeah, doing something like that in that part. And it doesn't have to be the southwest sector of the entire house, because
ah,
so the Bagua map, it divides into 9 equal sections, and each
mhm.
section corresponds with a different aspect of your life. You
Mhm.
can expand and contract that however you need to. So you can take that Bagua map and just lay it over one single room. So if you wanted to make it really special in your bedroom, find where the
Mhm.
southwest sector is in your bedroom and make your altar there, or
Perfect.
your office if you wanted to do it there, just to
Mhm.
remind you that, hey, there really is more to life than just constant work.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe have
It's
that
those
little,
moments
yeah,
that you want to charge up, and remember that the most important one is you.
right,
And just fill your soul with energy and um, joy and love and yeah, spiritual connection,
hmm,
because everything comes from, you're the source, and if you're connected to the divine source, then you have inspiration in your work, then you have time and you can expand and smile while you do your business. Yeah.
exactly. Because the more that you do your own inner work, the more in integrity you are, the better you will be able to connect with your clients and what your
Mhm.
clients need. Because if you're modeling um, the experience of honoring yourself and your needs, then
Mhm.
you give permission to the people you work with that
To do
they
the
can do the
same.
same.
I love that. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
And for those of you watching this, whenever you do, we would love for you to let us know where you're coming in from and what is the one thing that you take away from here and apply it, whether that is, creating your own altar in the south west part of your house or bedroom or workspace. And also, you know, if you have any questions about how to make it easy for yourself to establish your desk at home, let us know. And we will be in the comments below and bring some light to you and inspiration and guidance. And
Yes,
share this with those who you think that they will benefit from this conversation.
I do have a YouTube video that talks a lot in more depth on how to set up your home office.
Mm-hmm.
So I've already got that recorded. So we'll
And we
put that in the
will put it
content.
in the,
Yeah,
yeah, we can include it in the comments
yeah,
below.
yeah.
Absolutely. That
Yay.
was delicious. I love that. And on this topic, you will be breaking down even more um, knowledge and experience on our upcoming summit. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes,
That's correct. And
absolutely.
I plan on having um, a few more details about how to make your bedroom a sacred space as well. So that way you're covering, the work and the
Mhm.
life. So
Yes,
hopefully bringing more balance to everyone's home and their space,
yes,
because as long as we are having to stay um, self quarantined, or just
yeah.
with through all this period, we have to be able to find those boundaries. That's been the one thing I've noticed a lot of my clients, and quite frankly myself, that it's harder to enforce those personal boundaries between work and not work,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
it's all here. And like my husband, he works from home. He's worked from home, and had a home office for, oh gosh, probably a good 15 plus years. And he's
Wow.
really good at saying, okay, I'm going to work now.
Mm.
And then when he's done, it's like, he closes the door and it's like, okay, I'm home. That's it. So
Men.
I know.
Wise men.
Men have a lot to teach us, and
Mm.
they also have a lot to learn from us.
Yeah,
So it's a
yeah.
beautiful, beautiful balance, isn't it?
Yes, that's a skill.
Yeah.
That's a skill. It's beautiful. And we will definitely keep you tuned and up to date with the summit coming. But this
Yes.
is where me and Beverly and another amazing speakers will be to come and mesmerize you with so many topics. I mean, there's so much goodness in there and magic that you can start 2021 with all the knowledge that you need to better your life in all areas of your life. So we will bring all the links for you to be able to be there present with us. So let us know if that's something that you're interested in the comments below. And I absolutely enjoyed this conversation, and I want to get more about the bedroom in the coming summit because you know why? Because the bedroom is a space that we have to remember to recharge, to rest, to pray, to make love.
Hmm.
You know, the bedroom is sacred, and it would be awesome not to be cluttered and to be honored
Hmm.
as, a divine space. I mean, the bedroom can be made so beautiful if we would be willing to.
Yeah, and it's not an indulgence. I know that
No. Hmm.
too many people, they think, oh well, I'll get the kids' room decorated, we'll get the living room done, I'll make sure
Yeah.
everything else is looking good, and then they forget to honor their own bedroom. And that hurts my heart when I see that. It's like,
Yeah.
really, give yourself the gift of having something
Mm.
luxurious in there. Maybe it is just a simple matter of adding some throw pillows, but give yourself the gift of
Yeah.
beauty in there. So,
Yes. Yes.
okay.
Absolutely.
Ah,
And if you want to, invest, if you have a little to invest in your bedroom, start with a little and then just grow. But even when you make your budget, remember to put some money aside for your bedroom
mhm.
because it's an investment in yourself and in your relationship if you have someone that you in your life. I mean, it would just bring benefits.
Right. Right. And even if you don't, I'll give you some of those tips at the summit.
Yes.
So the end
Absolutely.
of January was it 24th,
We
28th,
will put
something like that.
we will put the
Yeah,
exact
you'll get
details in there.
yeah. And
Hmm.
again, if you listen to this after the event is over, that's okay. We'll just keep checking back. There'll be other things that we're going to be doing. Lots of collaborations going on here.
Absolutely. It's beautiful to be able to create this together with you, Beverly.
Yeah.
And if there's anything you want to add, go ahead.
Well, I was going to turn the tables on you and chat more with you about
Okay.
what you do. Um, yeah, people like to interview me, and I always have to flip the script a little bit. So, talk to me about what was your inspiration for creating this team Soulgasm? How do what motivated you to get going on this?
Yes. Um, Team Soulgasm is a community of women where we come together to share a vision of influencing our friends and our people around us, the world, really, the world, the world, the whole globe, I would say, because now with social media we reach so many
Mhm.
people, and inspire women to create soulgasms in their life. And what that means is to have moments of bliss during their day, um, whether that is at home or whether that is at their work, and have fun while creating their own empire. And I call it an empire rather than a business, simply because the empire is something that's a legacy. You can leave it to your kids, and also because it involves your passions. So this empire is born from your passions. If you have a passion of um, teaching others how to meditate, or teaching others how to apply makeup, or how to be more healthy, or how to look after their skin or hair, I'm talking about this because I'm in the health and beauty industry, then this fills your heart, and this can be created in an empire because there's so many companies out there that are reliable, and in partnership with them you can truly create community and create an empire, and just make it big while you have fun.
Mm,
So this is what Team Soulgasm is.
I
a
like
bunch of
that.
girls, a bunch of girls who want to have fun while creating their freedom and their legacy, because women want to be free, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we're so much beautiful, we're so much sexy, we're so much magnetic when we
Hmm.
are free, whether that is financial, financial is a big thing, is a huge thing. Even though there's some people who say money doesn't matter, they do. It's funny. Jim Rohan, I don't know if you know him, a speaker and an international influencer. He passed, but he was saying that money is not important, it's just up there with air.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what? Because what money does is it gives you options.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so like when you say you get the freedom, yeah. I mean, when you have the option to say, I think I'm going to go out to dinner. And it
Yes.
doesn't have to, you can decide, yes, it's going to be McDonald's tonight, or it's going to be, a 5-star Michelin restaurant. It's like, what do I feel like? And you get to have that freedom to do it. So yeah, having money is definitely a little important because, without money, we wouldn't have, you know, electricity to do this.
Yes. And
Yeah.
you as a woman deserve money. Money wasn't meant as a luxury. Money was meant to be, for you to explore opportunities, to have choices, to decide who and what relationship you want to stay in or you want to leave. I mean, it
Mhm.
just gives me goosebumps. It's just so important. And if you do it in a community, and if you do it with fun and a vision for the world and with gratitude, it just makes it all worthy.
I love listening to you talk about this because it makes money sound so sexy. It's like, oh, baby, I can, yeah, we'll just get some of that money going. Hmm.
Okay. God knows what will you do with the money after this conversation.
Seriously, but you think about, I mean, but when you put on like a shirt that feels really good, I mean, you're just like, oh, this feels good. So why would you not want to have that
Yes.
same level of appreciation, I think, for the
Yeah.
tool that allows you the
Yes.
freedoms to travel, to
Yeah.
wear nice things, to eat lovely foods, to, yeah.
Yes.
So you say that you're a community of women. Um, are these all your clients? Are you just building community? Do you coach them, or do you just provide introductions? What is your favorite
Yes.
activity?
So I create community for those VIP clients that I have, and I mentor those who want to have their own startup business, which is online and offline, of course, but for now we're online. So the beauty of it is that you can have clients and partners in the States, in Canada, in UK, in Ireland, in Poland, wherever your heart wants to go. Because when I was 21, I had to leave my country, Romania. I had to leave my country to explore opportunities, and not because I was poor, but just I wanted to speak English. English was my favorite subject in school. And first of all, I wanted to speak English and live in a country that speaks English. And secondly, I wanted to discover how other cultures are and how other people, smart people, uh, you know, um, think and live life. Not that I didn't have any smart people around me. No, I'm kidding. But I felt like I want space. It's very interesting. I don't know if any of you watching this, you sometimes just need space and you
Mhm.
want to expand because you know that you're made for more. My life was beautiful. I had a beautiful job in the radio station. I had my family. I was in college studying psychology. So my mother was sparking with me while crying, and she's like, Christina, I don't understand. Why are you leaving? And I couldn't pinpoint it, but my soul wanted to expand. And if you have this calling, so I'm talking to those girls who are in their 18 and, younger, up younger. If you have a dream, do not let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone tell you that no, just go and be a cashier at the supermarket because you have to learn how hard life is,
Mm.
or go out there and learn how hard it is to make money. Okay, don't put these ideas into your head because we're not back, we're not back there. We're in 2020, and social media is your tool. You have everything in your phone, um, and you can transform it in your business portfolio just with passion, love, and dedication. So yes, I'm cheering girls out there to go for their dream and build their empire early.
I love that. So you're really focusing more on the younger generations rather than those who are already established in their careers. Do you also work with um, the next wave? The next mountain. The like those who are in a career change, or is it you really go for the
Absolutely.
younger ones?
Absolutely. Yes, yes. So I focus on, they're called Gen Z. They're the smart
Okay.
ones where the technology is like their third hand, and and they just have an eye for social media, and they're just absolutely incredible in their um approach to social media, and they know how it works.
Mhm.
But surely I'm open to work with anyone who's got a vision, and anyone, like any woman who wants to start up an online business in the beauty and health industry within a community of visionaries.
I love that. I love that. Where would you say the majority of your clients live in the world? Are they primarily you know
So
in-
yes, I am attracting to me women who speak English,
okay.
um, United States, Canada, UK, Ireland, and Eastern European countries. They speak English too, like Poland, Romania, but also the Latinos, Spanish. I have,
Ah,
yes, I have a partner in my business where she speaks English, she speaks Spanish, so we covered the Spanish language too, because
very
um,
nice.
yes.
Very nice. Yeah, there's some incredible opportunity in in that whole thing. That's wonderful. So would you say that your biggest challenge right now is it, what would you say your biggest challenge right now has been? Is it simply that you can't get out to see people in person, or time zone, or I don't
Yes,
know, what do you think the biggest issue, the biggest opportunity area is?
I would definitely create more parties and events outside, outdoor. But I see this as an opportunity to connect more, to be more creative, and focus on growing my business online and reaching out to women who, I would never get to know otherwise.
Mhm.
Definitely, when everything is done and dusted, I want to have more fun, because I'm definitely very social, and I would like to create more parties and feature the products that I work with, which are in health and beauty. So I love to bring up the confidence of women when I see them beautiful, when I see that their hair are awesome, their skin is glowing, and they're healthy.
Do
Yeah.
you ever do like a subscription service, like a box, like where that people could get a sample of all the different products that of the women that you're coaching with? I mean, do you I've heard of some things like that.
Yeah. Yes, we can definitely. I do send some samples for women who want that. I don't have a subscription box, because um, I work with a company that sends them directly the product. So that saves me from packaging and all of that. It's a very smart business, and the capital is not huge. And once you step into this business model, you're already a licensed business owner, which is great for an 18 years old, 25 years old, to be able to have. So you learn as you earn, which is awesome.
What a great business model, and what a great mentor you've been for these young
Thank
women
you.
as they're stepping into their next stage of life. So you kind of touched base a little bit on some of your background and your family. So you were a working at a radio station
Hmm.
before you started doing this. Were you doing this Team Soulgasm? Were you building this while you were still working at the radio station, or was that kind of one of the things that came later?
Team Soulgasm came later. So after I left my country, I went to Ireland, where I had a 15-year career in finance.
Making friends
Because
with that money.
I wanted to do the best thing, and the best thing that society teached me, not the one that not the one that I wanted. I mean, I'm not passionate about accounting and finance at all, but the job was easy, and I thought, oh, it's on demand, so it's really smart for me to think of the future, very strategic. So again, if you are in your, if you're you finished, you're starting your college and you think of of a um, a main area you want to focus, don't take anyone else's advices, but focus on what you love. And because otherwise it's a waste of time. So 15 years in accounting and finances, and then I only came out from that job with bitter taste because of the people that I was surrounded by. So in a job, you don't get to choose the people you work with. And this is the difference between this and Team SOULgasm. So
Mm-hmm.
in Team SOULgasm, I handpick the people that I want to work with. I handpick my clients. And so like we're aligned. It's a click connection.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to waste time on any type of misalignment, which is great. Yes, so that
Yeah.
was my lesson, and I paid 15 years for that. So that's why I'm so passionate about young girls, to not do what they have to do and the society tells them, or you know but rather I'm not asking them to rebel. I'm not asking you, if you're watching this, don't rebel, but connect to your passions and to your desires, because if you choose an area of life that you want to explore professionally, you don't want to waste your time. You want to you want to be on the path that you love from the beginning.
Well, those 15 years certainly weren't wasted by any stretch of the imagination. It
No,
just that was a 15-year education. Essentially, you went
true.
back to kindergarten and got another undergraduate degree. That was your PhD in perseverance.
Life.
You know,
Oh my God, I like how you put it. Yeah.
because every experience a person has, um, there is learning that comes from it, and it may not. Maybe the only thing that you learned from that experience was this is really what I don't want to do.
Oh God.
But
Yeah.
you, but think about it this way: you now know that language. You can speak to, this is what if you're going to go this path, this is what you need to know you're signing up for,
Yeah.
and learning how to work with a lot of different personalities. So yeah, I mean that was incredibly beneficial. Kudos to
Hmm.
you for sticking with it and getting that extra.
Muscle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Extra
And
muscle.
so you know that this is not a bad thing. You just have a whole new vocabulary that you wouldn't have had you not done that.
Oh
So
God. Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Let it be an experience that others will learn from.
yes, sometimes
And
they're
they trust me on it.
yeah, sometimes there are things put in our path that simply they're either an invitation or they're a warning. And
Yeah.
yeah, and again, I think too, one of the things that I talk about in my own work is every now and then you have, like we talked about earlier, you sometimes you have to be in a situation on a temporary basis that
Yes.
in the grand scheme of our entire lifespan, that 15 years was not the be all end all. That was okay, that was this part of my world. I learned what I need to learn, and then I can move on. And so it's every individual has that opportunity. um, Going back to that, what would you say has been the area where what you learned during that 15 years, um, what has translated well into what you're doing now and what you share with the up and coming clients and those up and coming young
Yeah.
business owners?
It's exactly what you said. So I know what I don't want. I I know my worth, and
Mm.
I know that. So in those 15 years, of course, I was underpaid, underpaid and overworked. Who can relate? Yes, and also um, to to treat to treat human beings and appreciate their skills, their strengths, because, for example, when you go to in a job or even in school, they tend to work on your weaknesses. They say you're weak at this, you're weak at this. They don't say, hey, you're so strong in this, I love it. Where can we put you to just use those strengths to bring
Mm-hmm.
this company to another level? So I love to focus on strengths, on talents and skills that are natural, and I love to discover that in people that I work with. Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm watching your face, and I love seeing how you light up when you're talking about
Mhm.
this, and you've got this cute little eyebrow raise when you said, "I know my worth." And, and then talking about helping people find where they're good at their natural skills at that same little, yeah.
Yeah.
That level of joy, of enthusiasm, of that zest for life, that it just, when you can harness that, that's
Mm.
when magic and miracles become everyday occurrences. So, God, I
Yeah.
love what you're doing. That just makes me all goosebumpy. That's fabulous.
Yeah.
Um, well, thank you so much for including me on this conversation today. I'm so privileged and honored to have had this opportunity, and I can't wait to see what else you're going to be presenting at that Sister Soaring Summit at the end of January. And gosh, 2021, I can't believe it's already almost here. 2020 can be,
Yes.
in the rearview
Mhm.
mirror. That doesn't mean that 2021 is going to be any easier. Um,
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about this event, and
Mm.
other events like this one, down the road, because
Yeah.
we will all need to learn how to be the biggest support for each other
Yeah.
as we really navigate this whole new world that's coming, that's moving forward. I really think more and more, this of the collaborative model that you're talking
Yeah.
about, that's going to be more of the norm rather than that
Yeah.
push, push, push. It has to
Yeah.
be this way. It can't, no, we've proven that, a lot of the old business models simply, you can actually adapt them and they won't fall apart. The fact that there's so many more
Mm.
people working remotely
Yeah.
successfully. What a
Yeah.
concept.
And that success is not perfect. You can do it within your family space, and you can flow
Yep.
from your desk to your kitchen, and
Yeah.
to your soulgasmic space to charge up, and just put some good essence on, and just boost your confidence and health. I invite everyone who's watching this to look after your health, look after your loved
Yes.
ones, and have faith that it will get better. But all starts with you and your heart. So
Hmm.
do not neglect yourself. You're the most important one. And
Absolutely.
you do impact the space you're in.
Yes, because everything out here starts with that choice, that
Yes.
pattern, the programming, the thoughts, the
Mhm.
beliefs inside. And so when I work with clients, first thing I'll do, besides looking, of course, at the space, is I then ask, well, tell me, what's going on with your relationships? What's going on with your
Ooh.
idea of, what is, talk to me about your money stories.
Mm.
Let's discuss a little bit what health looks and feels like for you, you know, because that's really the main reasons
Lucky,
why
lucky
people,
clients.
I know. Lucky me, because I get to talk. I get to help them
So
pull this apart.
give us a tip of how to bring more abundance into our home
Well, the
from
number
Feng
one
Shui.
thing, is look at the stories that the objects in your home are telling you.
Mm.
So for example, one of the things that I like to use is the like a coffee table or a lamp or anything. Here in America, when people, sometimes they'll be, it's like they'll put things out on the curb for the trash truck to come and pick up.
Yeah.
And uh, let's say you're a brand new student, you just get your first apartment and you don't have a lamp or a coffee table. And you're like, oh, okay, well, this coffee table, they're getting rid of it. Awesome. They pull it up, they put it in their car, they take it back to their apartment. It's like, oh, look at me. I'm so abundant. I manifested this great free coffee table. Fabulous. Fast forward 10 years. Nothing has changed with a coffee table. Few more dents, a little bit more, maybe it's a little more rickety. But now you look at that coffee table and you think, well, it's still functional, kind of, and I really can't afford to go buy a new one. I mean, that's the
Mhm.
story you're telling yourself. And now suddenly that coffee table has ceased being a symbol of abundance and has become a symbol
Mhm.
of scarcity mentality. I'm
Mhm.
not worthy of having an actual table that, I don't have to, jack up with,
Mm.
a couple of books on one side because the legs are all wobbly.
Oh, wow.
So I would look at what is not working, what is actually like broken in your space, and and fix it. That's the number one thing. If you can't repair it, donate it. And if you don't even think that it's good enough to donate, then I give you permission to actually, throw it away and like really
Mhm.
throw it away. So, trying to, because I'm all about repurposing things. I love that.
Mhm.
But look at the stories that the things that are around you are telling you and see
I
if you
love
can,
that.
create a different narrative.
I love that. And is there a way to cleanse the energy from an object if we take it from somewhere else, from someone else?
Yeah. So one of the things that I like to do is I do a lot with sea salt,
Okay.
or Epsom salt, whichever
Mhm.
is easiest. If it's something smaller, I'll just put it out in the sun to let the sunlight cleanse it.
Mhm.
Um, if it's something really big, then I try to sprinkle the salt on it and leave it overnight. Preferably not, if it's going to be damp, the salt kind of,
Yeah.
we don't do
Yeah.
that. The other thing that I have also done, I created an essential oil spray,
Mhm.
a blend that I called my joy water. And I spray that a lot. I actually had to create that when I was working in a cubicle at a magazine selling advertising because I couldn't burn sage. I mean, you can burn sage
Mm.
around things, that works well. Some people really don't like that.
Yeah.
But you can come up with some room sprays of your own. There's so many different options out there. Um, but um, but that's what I recommend doing. And just even you having the awareness that, hey, there might be some negative energy associated with this item that I
Mhm.
just brought home. The awareness of that alone, and knowing that, hey, I can send my positive energy into this,
Mhm.
that makes a big difference.
Yes.
Um, there is one other thing that I'll do, that if it's something, even after you've done that and it still feels like a little stuck, I
Mhm.
would write a note of gratitude to the previous owners. So, like for antiques, some people love their antiques. I would say, thank you so much for all of the different people
Mm.
who used this, who loved on it, who
Mhm.
kept it in good shape, who built it in the first place. Everyone who's ever touched this, thank you so much for bringing your love to this piece, and thank you for letting all of the non-pleasant and uplifting energies leave gently and easily. And I would actually tape that to like the back or even underneath where you're not seeing it. You don't have to see it. And I just leave it there. And just so
I
that
love
it's
that.
constantly imbuing that with good vibes.
I love that. Yes, I love that. And we can apply that to clothes if we get clothes
Absolutely.
from
Yes.
someone we love.
Yes.
I'm only saying that because I have a sister who's got a shop and a beautiful Italian brand shop. And she's once the collection is like the seasonal collection is gone, she's like, I'm not going to wear the old collection. I have to wear the new collection. I'm like, that's awesome.
And you're like,
Declutter.
yes, I will
Yeah,
I will be the recipient of your decluttering. Thank you. So
exactly.
and so
Yeah,
so whenever and like when you're giving things to people, first of all, if it's a gift, you always have the option of saying thank you very much. Now that it's mine, I get to choose what to do with it. So if you're holding on to things out of obligation, that's actually kind of negative energy. That gets very dense, very heavy. So, free yourself of that obligation that you have to hold
it
on to
does.
everything that you
You're right.
get. So,
You're
especially with
right.
the holiday
Yes.
seasons coming up, it's like, whoo, a
Yeah,
lot of times you don't need anything
absolutely.
else. So,
I love
anyway,
this.
this
I
is
love
great.
this. Thank you.
Yes, welcome.
Maybe, if you loved it as much as we did, and you are saying in the comments below that you loved it and you want to share it away. And if you have questions, do ask your questions and curiosities. Share with us your insights. Share with us your photos of your desk, of your space, your altar. I would love to see some of those.
Mm.
And if you're interested and want to get us to come live again, we will just before Christmas, so that we can help you get into this festive season more lighter in your energy, more
Mm.
joyous and happy and healthy, truly, because your space does affect your health.
Yes, it
So
does.
thank you so much, Beverly. High
Yes.
five.
Woo! That was great. And
Absolutely.
we'll see each other again on screen soon. Thanks,
Absolutely. Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye.